Poštovani gledaoci, dobroveče, specijalan gost televizije Zona Plus večeras u Fokusu je gospodin Sam Fabrici, šef delegacije Evropske unije u Srbiji. Gospodine Fabrici, dobrodošli u Niš.
Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Kako ocenjujete ovu vašu posetu danas gradu Nišu?
Well, it's been a great experience. It's my first time in Niš. It's a beautiful city. It's a city with a number of positive history, a positive relation with the European Union. I visited this morning some of the facilities. I visited the Faculty of Engineer. I met the mayor. I visited the archaeological museum. I met the citizen, and right now I'm with you. It's been a full day. I'm very positive on my side.
Šta su rekli građani danas? Jesu li se žalili nešto vama kao predstavniku Evropske unije? Na život u Srbiji, na primjer?
It's been the first time I had this kind of meeting with citizens. The title was "Ask Me Anything About the European Union," and I received a different, I wouldn't call complaint, but interesting comments by the citizen who being student, who can be part of the NGOs, from the business side, from the media side. It is also important for me to understand what really the people in Serbia thinks about the European Union, and I hope I gave him some satisfactory responses.
Drago mi je što grad Niš realizuje veliki broj projekata u partnerstvu sa Evropskom unijom, da je na dobrom putu, izjavio je šef delegacije Evropske unije u Srbiji Sam Fabrici. Niš je jedan od ključnih transportnih koridora ka Evropskoj uniji i zadovoljan sam što u tom duhu partnerstva i saradnje Evropska unija finansira neke od ovih vrlo značajnih infrastrukturnih projekata, dodao je Fabrici.
Samo da napomenem neke od velikih projekata, autoput koji se gradi od Niša ka bugarskoj granici, zatim železnička deonica Niš-Brestovac, rekonstrukcija železničke deonice Niš-Dimitrovgrad. Dakle, to sve se realizuje uz bespovratnu pomoć koja dolazi iz Evropske unije.
Fabrici kaže da je dobro što je Niš uključen u ekološke projekte, kakav je projekat izgradnje postrojenja za prečišćavanje otpadnih voda. Za ovaj projekat su obezbeđena bespovratna sredstva u iznosu od 40 miliona evra. Gradonačelnik Darko Bulatović je rekao da je Evropska unija preko svoje investicione banke uložila značajna sredstva u projekte u Nišu. Na prvom mestu je železnička obilaznica oko grada.
Drugi projekti, među kojima je klinički centar koji je završen, također koji je finansirala Evropska investiciona banka, projekte izgradnje postrojenja za prečišćavanje otpadnih voda i fabrike, izgradnje nedostajućih kolektora i rekonstrukcije postojećih.
Šef delegacije Evropske unije je kazao da će u saradnji sa Evropskom investicionom bankom biti izgrađena nova lamela elektronskog fakulteta i naučno-tehnološki park.
Ovde danas nisam video budućnost, već sam video sadašnjost, brojne mlade istraživače koji razvijaju svoje ideje, a u tome mi je pomogao naravno i dekan koji me upoznao sa svim onim šta se radi u ovom centru.
Ulaganjem u naučno-tehnološki park, odnosno u lamelu, pa i u ovaj start-up centar, mladi ljudi iz Niša, iz regiona će doći do nivoa kao i fakultet da budemo još jači i bolji partner kompanijama iz Evropske unije, ali i univerzitetima iz Evropske unije.
Takođe, Niš i Evropska unija sarađivaće i u oblasti kulture, s obzirom na to da je 2018. godina proglašena za godinu kulturnog nasleđa, dodaje Fabrici.
A kako vi ocenjujete odnose Srbije i Evropske unije?
Well, I think the relations are going very well. Serbia is on its road to the European Union. Negotiation have been started in 2014. We are in a good position. The Commission has released last week an important policy document to make the enlargement to Serbia and to the region more credible, and I think this is an important signal from Brussels. The feedback from Serbia is positive, so my assessment is positive and we are going in the right direction.
Ta nova strategija je, kao što ste i sami rekli, dala pozitivan signal. Koliko naša vlada to dobro prepoznaje, jel to znači da smo sada spremniji nego na početak pregovora, u odnosu na početak pregovora, da nastavimo naš put ka Evropskoj uniji? Kako smo mi to prepoznali, kako vi to vidite?
The strategy has been well received by the whole Serbian society. We had a meeting last week with our Commissioner for Enlargement, Han, was here there in Belgrade for a meeting with the President, the Prime Minister, the media, the NGOs, and the opposition, and all the message we received were positive. Certainly, Serbia is not doesn't start from zero. I mean, the negotiation already started in 2014. I think that right now is the moment to move, to go faster, to go deeper, to make this accession a reality. And this is, we will support this exercise, but certainly those who have to make this effort is more on Serbia and the Serbian citizens. So we hope that from now on there will be an even greater momentum on this accession process.
A šta bi podrazumevali pod brže i temeljnije? Šta to znači u praksi? Šta treba da odradimo bolje?
The strategy recognize Serbia and Montenegro as the two countries who are on the front leading for the accession when you look at the Balkan region, also because Serbia has started the negotiation already in 2014. As other countries in the Balkans haven't yet started the negotiation. When I say faster and deeper, it's also because the strategy indicates as a horizon, a time possibility, 2025, as a possible period in which Serbia will be ready to join the European Union. If you look at how the negotiations are organized, to be able to achieve the 2025 objective means that all the negotiations should be concluded by at least 2023, because it's needed 2 years to go to the ratification process in the Serbian Parliament, the European Parliament, in the Parliament of the 28 or 27 member states we will be in that time. So it's a long period for ratification, so means that for negotiation we have only 5 years, between 2018 2023. So that's why we need to go faster. Don't compromise the quality of reform, so we don't say go faster but make reform that are not deep reform. So we need to make a good reform, quality reform, but we also have to look at the time frame, which is very short. So my encouragement is to redouble effort to make this objective and objective for the whole Serbia.
Nama kažu najviše škripi to poglavlje 23. Šta vi kažete? Gde još treba da ubrzamo stvari i da budemo još bolji da bismo te rokove ispoštovali?
Certainly the chapter 23 and 24, which is the so-called rule of law area, is the most difficult, and that's why it has been open first. So we call fundamental first. Immediately in 2014 the chapter has been open because you don't build as he said, Rome in a day. It takes time to build a stronger, more mature democratic society, which goes in different areas. How to make the tribunal efficient, how to make the judges independent, how to ensure the freedom of media, the expression is respected, and how you cooperate with the International War Crime Tribunal, how you fight against corruption, how you fight organized crime, how you define your asylum policies, the treatment of minorities, and so on. So it's a very important area where the whole European Union member states have done their own job to define these measures. Right now, for any country who wants to accede the European Union, this is a very important area, complex, but it's a very essential for a democratic society. So I think this is an area where the government and all the political forces have understood the importance. Our message is that the European Union is very, very firm on these values, on these elements. So there is an area where Serbia has to work hard to make not only the reform possible, but also share with the people and implemented for the benefits of the citizen.
Da li tu sada možemo da očekujemo pomoć naših prvih komšija iz Hrvatske, koji su već u Evropskoj uniji, i kakve poruke možemo da pročitamo iz susreta gospodina Vučića i gospodine Kolinde Grabar-Kitarović? Hoće li nam oni pomoći sada na tom putu?
Certainly, it's important that Serbia has a good relation based on reconciliation, dialogue with all its neighbors. It's not only important for Serbia, it's important for everybody. And I think this was one of the central points also of the strategy, that all the disputes need to be among countries of the region and within countries of the region, and those who are part of the European Union need to be solved before entering. I think the meeting of today of President Vučić in Croatia is a positive development. It means that leadership is ready for having a dialogue. It's important that this dialogue also produce result, and the European Union is happy to welcome any step in terms of dialogue. I think it's an interest of Serbia, not only because of the European Union, but for the peace, for the peaceful development of the Serbia, is to have to good relation. If you look within the European Union, the dispute with your neighbors disappear when you are in. So it's important to solve all the problems before, because when you are in the European Union, you are part of a common family where there's no internal borders, where we share the same currency, we share the same weight of life. So it's important that some important decisions to solve questions are addressed and solved well before.
Kako ocenjujete onda jučerašnji susret? Čini se da su mediji i sa jedne i sa druge strane granice, kako bih rekla, spustili loptu.
Good. I think it's a positive development. Should be a continuation of dialogue, as I said before. It's also important that this political goodwill is also translated into concrete action, concrete agreement. I know that Serbia and Croatia has a number of issues where an agreement is needed. I think, and we encourage the dialogue. We also encourage to bring this dialogue to some good results. So, comment positive.
A koliko će sada biti teško da se uspostavi bolji dijalog između Beograda i Prištine?
I would say the dialogue between Pristina and Belgrade is important, not only from now. I mean, it's a dialogue which has been facilitated by the European Union since already 2013. A number of technical agreement has been implemented on telecommunication, on justice. Others need to be implemented out, like the establishment of the Serbs community in the north. So there's a number of steps that need to be done. I think the dialogue should continue, because the more the dialogue, the more the chance to achieve a result. In terms of the Western Balkan strategy, it is clear that we want the Serbia and Kosovo to achieve a legally binding agreement with the full normalization before the accession. So this is important, and the European Union is there to help both parties to find an outcome to this dialogue.
A kako sada stvari stoje između Beograda i Prištine, hoćemo li uspjeti da ispoštujemo te rokove u okviru dogovoru u okviru onih rokova koji ste malo čas spomenuli, do 2020. 25.
Our message we hope so. This is the message we gave to the both parties, that an agreement need to be found. So the dialogue has to increase. The political commitment need to be increased. That's why the date of 2025, even I have to explain again, is not a firm date. Is in horizon, indicative date. Is very, very ambitious, because there's a number of things to do. It's ambitious but doable, and our message to both Pristina and Kosovo is sit together, continue the dialogue, find an agreement, and there will be an enormous step ahead to enter the European Union.
I za kraj pitanje, kako vidite budućnost Evropske unije? Imali smo Brexit, imamo priču o Kataloniji, u međuvremenu se priča o formiranju vojske unutar Evropske unije. Kako vi gledate na sve to? Gde će biti Evropska unija za 10 godina? 20, 30, kako god?
My vision is for a stronger Europe in 10 years, an enlarged Europe, enlarged to the Western Balkans. Certainly the Brexit has its own structure, reason, its own history. We are negotiating and we are conducting the important negotiation on behalf of the 27. I'm confident an agreement will be found. Catalonia is a development which is within, has nothing to do with the European Union. It's an internal constitutional issues for the Spanish. I remain confident because the fundamental reason why the European Union members are together are true today, they will be truly tomorrow. We need to work together, we need to stay together, we need to grow together, and we need to find a solution together. So in that sense, as long as this is true, we will remain together, and I hope in 10 years or in the future, I don't give any date, Europe will be definitely larger than is today.
Thank you very much for interview, for your time. Poštovani gledalci, bio je specijalni gost, gospodin Sam Fabrici, šef delegacije Evropske unije u Srbiji. Ostanite dalje uz Zonu Plus. Svako dobro, prijetno.